Hi everyone, Salam. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I know lately I've been posting vlogs and not as much art content, so for my next video, it would be the perfect time to post a meet the artist illustration and time lapse while I answer some questions. I'll be answering the questions I received on social media. Thank you to everyone who participated. For a quick introduction, my name is Samia. I'm a visual development artist and designer based in Los Angeles. I've worked in animation and freelance illustration for about 2 years. I recently started a YouTube channel to share little bits of my life and my art. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so the first question is, what were the childhood animations that inspired you to become an animator and artist? Okay, so my main inspirations were definitely the films Ferngully, The Incredibles, and the films of Studio Ghibli. When I was a kid, I loved this film. It was called Ferngully, and it's an American film. I saw it so many times when I was like around 3 or 4, and I remember in preschool I would even draw the character Krista. Ferngully definitely inspired me as a kid, definitely got me drawing. What I really value about it even now as an artist is just how incredible it looks, how the animation and the gorgeous background design. And I remember on YouTube I saw the behind the scenes and I got to see a lot of the visual development from the art director. Thought it was absolutely stunning. Still one of those big films that inspires me to this day. And I remember I had a professor that actually worked on the film, so that was pretty awesome to hear his stories about how he worked on the production. So that was actually really special to hear about his experience. And yeah, anyway, it's a great film. Definitely one of my main inspirations in terms of what inspired me as a child. So the next childhood film that inspired me to become an artist was The Incredibles. I think I was about 7 when I saw it in theaters, and it was a magical moment for me. Loved the story, loved the characters, was obsessed with this movie for a long time. And then once it came out on DVD, I would just like watch the movie. I'd watch it like a bunch of times. I even watched all the bonus features, and I remember there was one where they interviewed the voice actress for Violet, and I remember they showed a bunch of character designs and animation tests for her, and I remember thinking that was so cool. I loved seeing the artistry behind these films. I remember one image that stuck with me was a character lineup of Violet and her high school classmates, and the variety of the characters. They had so much personality, there were varying body types. I remember being like, wow, like it felt simplistic but also told so much. So yeah, anyway, definitely one of my favorites. Still love that movie. The other artistic inspiration for me as a child was definitely the works of Studio Ghibli. For me, I think my favorites growing up were definitely Ponyo, Kiki's Delivery Service, Cows in the Sky, and Princess Mononoke. I also got to see Ponyo in theaters, and as someone who already loved Ghibli at the time and was just about getting into other anime, I was floored when I saw this movie. Love the fantastical story, I love the seaside and underwater settings, and I love the adorable designs from Katsuo Kondo. I feel like it definitely helped me explore a lot of other art styles when I was in middle school. It definitely helped me draw a lot more and figure out, what I liked. And after I saw it, it basically started the whole thing for me where I would check out whatever art books I could find in the library. Like there was definitely ones like Kiki's Delivery Service. It also got me to rent a lot of other Ghibli films that I didn't grow up with and I hadn't seen yet from Netflix, back when you could order stuff on Netflix. And it was films like Nausicaa, Whisper of the Heart, Pompoko. Anyway, yeah, Ghibli is definitely one of my biggest artistic influences. And I love Ghibli films. They have such strong storytelling. Love it, love it. Thank you for asking. That was my friend who asked me the previous question. Next question is, what are your design inspirations? So some of my design inspirations would be the artists Katsuo Kondo, Rumiko Takahashi, Ming-Shui Helen Chen, Lorelei Beauvais, and Toni Fuchile. Katsuo Kondo inspired me a lot when I was younger, especially during those formative years of me being an artist. I love his super appealing, adorable designs for Ghibli films like Ponyo. Rumiko Takahashi, I also loved a lot of her manga growing up, and she has an impeccable eye for fashion. The way she picks out clothes for her characters, I just think it's amazing. The fact that her style was also at times action oriented but also very cute and the fact that it could be taken seriously when it needed to be was also something that I was really amazed by as a middle schooler. I also really like Minghui Helen Chen and Lorelei Beauvais. I remember an artist friend of mine in high school showed me a book that she had, and it was called Lovely, Ladies in Animation, and this book basically introduced me to the idea of visual development as a career and to these now favorite designers of mine. Chen is painterly, detail-oriented, and very intricate. Beauvais' design work, I love it because it's very modernist, classic, and I love her use of textures and unique shapes. The other artist I mentioned was Tony Fucile. He's an incredible character designer for animation. He's both a designer and an animator. He's got like a great eye for consistent forms, expressiveness, and he has these gestures, these little gestures and personality that he captured in his designs, and he actually worked on Ferngully. I also love his work on Incredibles too. And yeah, so those are some of my design inspirations. Thank you for asking the question. Next question is, how did you get into art and what kept you going? So basically, I started drawing when I was really little. I think I was about 4 when I actually remembered drawing, like in school. From elementary to 6th grade, I loved drawing, and I remember I was encouraged by a teacher to apply to a gifted program for visual arts, and I learned a lot of basic foundational skills, as well as art history, and it was fun. But I remember I left the program later on, and after I left, I basically left to focus more on my schooling, and because I wasn't really fitting in later on with the curriculum and the students, I was already an incredibly shy kid, and I found it difficult to make friends there. But what really kept me going after I quit the program was the desire to make my own stories. I still really loved drawing. Even if the program wasn't the right fit for me, I started writing and drawing from my own experiences, making little comics, and I just filled my sketchbooks with drawings of my original characters. I remember even though I really appreciate what I learned from the art program, it wasn't exactly the right fit for me. It was more fine arts based, and as someone who at that point wanted to work in animation and film, I think it was important for me to determine a different path through my own art, through doing my own research. I had the internet and books and things. I grew up in a place where there wasn't really a lot of resources, I think, for people wanting to learn animation. I think it's definitely gotten better now, but I grew up in a city where there weren't really that many resources for people wanting to do these kinds of careers in, like the entertainment field, or, in like game design or things of that nature. Everything was mostly geared towards fine arts, at least during that time. So I basically still held on to, that goal to work in animation, even when I was encouraged to go into other paths away from art or away from animation. Through the internet, through DeviantArt and through Tumblr, I think I found a lot of inspiring artists, and learning about animation, learning from these artists, I think helped me, and it definitely helped me keep going. Around this time, that was when I was entering high school. I didn't get into a visual arts high school. So I remember that was a big moment for me because it made me think, maybe I didn't get in, I can't ever have a career in art. And I remember it felt so serious at the time, but I look back and I definitely needed that because it helped me, again, figure things out on my own, as well as, figure out what I wanted, what did I want to do. And, I think it worked out for the better because I was still able to make a lot of art, and through that, I think I discovered a lot of my other interests that made it into my art. And I still took a lot of art classes in high school. I was still really determined to one day get into art school, and it definitely took a lot of work, but it was all worth it in the end, alhamdulillah. And I think the combination of the art classes that I took, the idea of this is my dream, this is my goal, I want to work in animation, I want to tell these stories, I want to be a part of stories like this, I want to be a part of productions like this. It helped me keep going, and basically I think that helped me. In high school it's kind of difficult and stuff, and you're still figuring out what you want to do, but I'm glad that I already at that point knew what I wanted in terms of a possible career goal. And through my AP art concentration, I remember discussing my theme of Muslim identity in America, and I'm glad that I had the space to explore that through my art. I had no idea that it would later become a prevalent theme, I think, in a lot of my other work. I think it helped me determine more of my artistic voice and what kind of stories I like to be a part of, what kind of stories I like to tell. And yeah, I think that ultimately helped me keep going. Yeah, anyway, sorry, that was a long-winded answer, but thank you for asking. Next question is, At what point did you decide that you wanted a career in the arts? And hi Spencer, sorry. Spencer is my friend from college. I strictly decided on art as a career around the time I stopped Ponyo. Even though I had drawn, like little comics and stories and stuff in elementary school and I loved drawing, I think when I saw Ponyo, that's when I realized I could actually work as an artist for animated films. Thank you for that question, Spencer. Next question comment is, love your art and can't wait to see your content on YouTube. Thank you. Are you working on a project about Morocco? Yes, currently I am, and I'm literally so excited to keep sharing, all the little milestones that I reached with this project, because it's kind of an ongoing project. I've been working on it for a while now, and it's just, one of those personal projects that I'm really passionate about, which is, to be honest, kind of rare. But basically, I'm working on a personal project about a young girl in medieval Morocco, and basically her unlikely friendship with a jinn, and, about the adventures they have, as well as, the conflict that they face. Since it's something I'm doing outside of work, I post a lot of my progress pretty sporadically, but I hope to post more stuff for it soon, inshallah. Right now I'm working on props and things, and yeah, I'm so excited to share. More of the visual development for the story as it goes on. Anyway, thanks for the question. The next question is favorite food. My favorite dishes are definitely chicken pastilla, which is a Moroccan chicken meat pie, chicken adobo, which is a Filipino chicken stew that you serve over rice, and it's definitely like a comfort food. I also love fried chicken and chicken tikka masala, basically like a bunch of chicken curries. Anyway, these are definitely my go-to. Thanks for the question. The last question is, what are the easiest and most difficult things to draw? For me, the easiest things to draw would definitely be the more technical drawings that I make for characters, like character expressions, model sheets, and turnarounds. I think those are the easiest things for me. I don't know, when I worked at Rooster Teeth Animation, it was definitely one of my favorite kinds of assignments to get. And in terms of like difficult things to draw, I definitely think perspective heavy industrial kind of props and environments are the most difficult for me, but I do hope to improve on my environmental art skills. Thank you for the questions. That was so fun. Sorry I'm like whispering. It's kind of late when I was recording this, but it's also raining, so it kind of feels like ASMR like as I'm recording this, because it's just softly raining outside. Thank you so much to all my friends and followers who asked these questions. I had so much fun answering them. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you stay tuned for more, inshallah.